What's up, everybody? We're back again, back on Blue Star. We have a student review for DRS, and it's a pretty strong game, 80%, but somewhere in the middle of the line, student misses something, and the game gets lost. So let's have a quick look at the game. Pretty solid opening, conservative placement of the bishop, but guess it's fine. And not capturing is always a little bit iffy, because these central pawns are quite menacing, and the advanced pawn here, I don't know if it's really curbing white that much. I mean, yeah, his bishop can't get back here, but it's not a big deal. So I'm not a big fan of this move. But anyway, I guess he didn't want to have that isolated queen's pawn. Maybe that's why. But key idea here, which computer is trying to point out, is that very often when you have this advanced pawn, you should pretty much challenge it right away. Don't leave it there forever. You can pretty much challenge it right away if that's what you're going to do anyway. Of course, you could play more like this Puskake style, but you don't have a pawn break that it would be worthwhile to play it like that. So I think challenging him is a pretty good idea. So yeah, this is also a setup, but with a weird knight, and you've offered him something. You've offered him a chance to capture it, and then try to come in with the queen and get something more. He doesn't take that opportunity, so you instead get this differently positioned knight. It's a GM move. Let's be frank, it's a GM move. Like a normal simp would just go here and then try to do something like this, like that. I think that would be the natural way, to be honest. But a GM is thinking like, how do I get my knight right here instead? You know, not that there's any goddamn plan you got in mind, really. What are we gonna do? Knight here, attack this? There's no. It's mostly for show. We all know this is all for show. It's all such a circus, isn't it? Chess is a circus. It doesn't matter. You just hop around a knight here and there, hop a knight around there. This is just a mockery, actually. This move is a mockery. And the circus continues. It's two circus performers right here. And now we got the challenge. Now, how do you handle this? This is one of the trickier segments for me. The interesting thing about the knight here is it's also defending the rook. So certain ideas like going up here and assuming this, defending, and then capture, you can play because the rook can be recaptured with the knight. There is some merit in a b4 clamp down rather than a capture. But capture is probably correct, and that's what you played. So well done. Well done. Let's just see my idea. Let's just see my own idea. Hold on. B4. B4 is a mistake. A5 comes immediately. And even if you play A3, doesn't really matter because the point is that what is the point actually? The point is that, you know, even though there's no immediate material mismanagement, the black bishops are objectively better placed than the white pieces, which are cramped by my own pawns. So that is a valid point there. So, well, student gets credit for this one. He makes the right move with capturing. And Now, interestingly, this is actually still on the cards right here to facilitate a trade of pieces, potentially, but it could get messy. Could get pretty messy. He doesn't do it, but maybe this is a preparatory move. And that's a slow move, a very soft, slow move. You can tell it's a stinker. And he captures right away. And now what? Trades. Nah, that's a wrong idea, right? Because here, attacking that pawn seems pretty good because it's hard for him to defend. You got a lot of juice lining up down here, and you got a lot of free pieces on the loose pieces on the same file. So rook b1 is better. This, in fact, helps his position a little bit, gives him more calm and control of a full file here. But of course, you are planning to fend off on the long diagonal. Fair enough. And this is a quality game, nonetheless. There is quality play. There is creativity. Or is it all circus? I don't know. But there's an attempt to be creative. That's all you can expect from a clown, right? You expect that they try to do something, and this is what I see here. But now we do have an interesting dilemma right here. This must have taken him a while to decide on this, because the knight, I understand the appeal. It looks very nice here. But if you think about it, what more is he going to do there? Other than looking very nice in a nice outpost, there's not a whole lot. After the trade of pieces and the doubling of these pawns, what is there to show for it for this knight? There's no further hop follow-up, you see? So that's a key factor to keep in mind here. Better might have been to just capture this bishop right outright, because then he can't even capture here, because you just capture back with the knight and maintain your pawn setup. That could be one approach. And if he captures back with the knight, then you can probably trade off. Anyway, we have this setup, and he's got a good pawn clincher at the end, is it? You probably have to keep it double-edged. But that's a wrong move here. You have to attack something. You got to attack something here to make it worthwhile. And now you've got passive play. A passive rook is not the way to play an endgame. Don't play passively. Now his knight's coming in nasty, and this pressure is piling up, and the fork has arrived. He's missed the fork. He's not going to miss it again. Or is he going to miss it again? I guess they missed it. I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. Nothing much to see here. It's going to be a slow finish. Alright, well, that was quite a game. I don't have much more to say to it, other than that it was a pretty good game, but the end game related parts is where the mishap arose. Like, even at this point, we're all fine. It's still an even position. Yes, something is unruffled, but here's the importance. The emphasis is on making sure your pieces are actually good rather than good looking. Cheers.